Good afternoon, everybody. This is, there's not a lot of exciting things sometimes as county executive that you get to announce, and this is one of them. And this is about project growth, and it's made possible with partnerships and people coming together. And this program is going to impact young lives, and it's going to make a change in this county. It's the first of this in New York State. It's the first county to introduce it. We're modeling after other states that have done this successfully, but it's done with partnerships. And I do want to thank Judge Maney, who cannot be here today, and he was a big factor in this, and Judge Walsh and Judge Dugan, and I'm going to introduce Judge Walsh in a minute. So for a change, Your Honor, I'm going to get to go and let you know when you get to speak. So not too often that happens for me, so I'm going to capitalize on it. Today we're rolling out a program called Project Growth, which will help us in the mission to hold young people accountable when they break the law and to give them an opportunity to learn from their mistakes and make the right choice. Think about that, a little bit different, right? This is the first program in kind in New York State, and it's a model after a successful program in other states, and I believe we can make it work here in Albany County. Project Growth is about partnerships, and once again, I want to make sure I get everyone right, and if I miss anyone, I'm going to have you yell it out. But we're working with UAlbany, Siena College, St. Rose, Central Ave Bid, and the Capital City Rescue Mission. And others will be involved in this program to make it successful. Did I leave any of you out? Just want to make sure. What the county is doing is creating a different kind of system of accountability for kids who break the law. In many cases, when they break the law, in order to pay restitution to crime victims, they don't have to pay the money, and the burden falls to who all the time? To the parents. So under this new system, we're going to make the kids accountable. We're going to free the parents from have to paying the restitution, but we're going to give them the support that they need to be successful and to find a way to pay back the victims. So think about that, a different trend of looking at it. This can become a problem because when the parents have to pay for crimes committed by their children, their kids may not fully appreciate the consequences of breaking the law. Project Growth can help us change the discussion and to get the kids before the committee to get the kids to stop before they commit a new crime. So it is with my great pleasure to introduce Judge Walsh, who is another big factor behind making this program successful. Judge?
Thank you. Thank you. I am pleased to be here at Albany County's announcement of an innovative new program. As judges, we are always looking for positive and productive ways to hold children accountable for their behavior. We hear petitions brought by the county alleging acts of juvenile delinquency, and when we judge that the child has committed an act that requires restitution, we usually order the payment to be overseen by the probation department. And then, when the child does not pay the restitution, the probation department brings a petition asking the court to intervene. So this is the second time a proceeding has to be brought in this court where the child and his or her family have to come back to court. Some children can't get jobs because they're too young for available employment, or they don't have the means to travel to work. Often, as the county executive said, the burden falls to the parents. But the parents' means might be limited, and then they have to choose between paying restitution and meeting their family's other needs. The court does not have an adequate remedy to these situations, and meanwhile, the person whose property was taken or damaged remains uncompensated. Project Growth addresses all of these issues. It will allow judges to hold children accountable for their behavior in a way that will be instructive and beneficial to children. The youth directed to participate in the program will have the structure of work, learn the value of providing assistance to those who need it, and feel a sense of accomplishment, all while compensating the person to whom they have done harm. On behalf of Judge Maney and Judge Dugan, I thank you for bringing Project Growth to Albany County Family Court.
Thank you, Judge. It does take partnerships, and without the three judges on board, this wouldn't be possible. And I like to thank them for their vision because, in the position that they're in, they make a lot of tough decisions day in, day out, and I've watched them through adoptions and now through a program like this that their heart's there and then their work ethics. The next person I'd like to bring up is our county attorney, Tom Russell. Tom and his staff have really gone through it. They had to make this work. We had to make it first and foremost legal. We had to come up with the partnerships, and I'm going to let Tom discuss all that stuff. So, Tom?
Thank you very much, Mr. McCoy. New York state law places the duty and obligation upon the county attorney to prosecute juvenile delinquents. And while it's always been our committed goal to make sure that crime doesn't pay, we also want to make sure the victims are compensated. And this is a novel program. I think as Judge Walsh just articulated, there's lots of problems with having orders of restitution where no one is per se held accountable, especially when many of the perpetrators and their parents are indigent. So with the help of Jillian Faison and Bill Andrews, both assistant county attorneys, we decided to develop a program where a juvenile who caused property damage would actually work off the restitution. Now, jobs are not always readily available. And here's where the partnerships came in. Working places like the Central Business District, St. Rose, Siena, SUNY, we were able to develop opportunities for otherwise unemployable youth to become unemployable. This does two things. One, it obviously compensates the victim in a way that the delinquent will actually meet the victim personally, so there is some kind of restorative justice. In addition, when the delinquent works, he's allowed to keep some of his money. The object isn't for him to work and pay 100% to the victim, and this is important because retaining some money allows the delinquent to learn the value of money and hopefully the value of work and the value of the damage he's caused. Now, the program itself would be a great concept, but our partners at Siena and the College of St. Rose and SUNY will help us develop metrics by which to measure whether or not the program is successful in a number of ways. One, whether the recidivism rate, whether juveniles commit crimes again, increases or decreases for the youths who participate in this program. And second, to see how the victims actually fare in this system as opposed to the system under where probation administers restitution. Hopefully, we'll get, in appropriate time, can get you detailed, statistically significant results that this program is not just a feel-good program, but it's a program that's successful. And hopefully that opened doors to not only state fundings, but to spread this program that the county exec has started statewide.
You have to start somewhere, right? Why not here in Albany County? Our next speaker is going to be Rose Green from the Director Center from Human Services at the University of Albany.
Hi, thank
How
you.
are you?
Good. I'd like to thank Albany County for providing the Center for Human Services Research with this wonderful opportunity to measure the success of Project Growth, an innovative program that provides victim restitution as well as develops the skills and social engagement of youth. Our research center is located at the University of Albany within the School of Social Welfare, and we conduct studies of social issues and social programs. And for this particular initiative, our program evaluation will be using a mixed method approach to collect data on program implementation and program outcomes. For the program implementation study, we will document best practices to provide formative feedback to the program practitioners, as well as contribute to the future replication of the successful practices. And the outcome study will measure both short-term and long-term goals, including success in earning full restitution, the prevention of recidivism in the juvenile justice system, and the enhancement of youth employability. And we look forward to seeing you in a year with our research findings. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Very exciting. Our next speaker is filling in, but is Al, the chair of the Social Department of St. College of St. Rose, right? Al Chappell?
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice, sorry. Criminal justice.
Thank you. When this was presented to us by the county attorney's office, we recognized it as an extremely innovative approach. one that was certainly worth our effort and our cooperation. And I want to thank Bill Andrews for being the point person who brought us into this project. Initially, even though we feel this is a very innovative program, we also know that it's very consistent with the College of St. Rose's working with the City of Albany and the County of Albany, and it certainly is consistent with our mission of the college in terms of working in social justice and working for and with innovative programs to hopefully make a difference. So we're very glad to be part of this.
Thank you. Last but not least, one of our other partners here is Doreen Welsh from the rescue mission. Would like to say a few words. Doreen.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say that Perry Jones, our executive director, regrets not being able to be here today. He does send his thanks, and we're just very pleased to be able to be a part of this project. We just hope to be able to partner with each and every one of you to be able to encourage the youth that come through this program, to give them an opportunity to walk in a different direction in doing work instead of previous activities. And we would like to just extend our welcome to each of them that come. They're going to come and fill out a volunteer form. We have different areas, different ways that they can partner with the mission and work, actually serving in different capacities, from working in a warehouse, serving in a kitchen, learning some skills. So again, we are grateful to be a part of this and excited. And we too will get back to you in a year and see, what develops from this. So thank you.
Doreen, thank you. And one of our final speakers is Anthony from the Central Avenue bid. Anthony.
On behalf of about 500 businesses and the board of directors that make up the Central Avenue Business Improvement District, we're very excited to be part of this partnership. We've worked with many years with the different schools that are involved in this and trying to come up with solutions and trying to solve problems with crimes in our neighborhood. And this is really nice because it provides a cohesive approach. And I think that's something that's really been missing. So the partnership has done a great job of pulling this together, and we really appreciate that. For many years, the bid has been trying to deal with ways to find solutions to crime, whether it's graffiti or vandalism. And this provides us as business owners an opportunity to participate and find ways to make not paying for crime, paying for it up front. So the idea of connecting businesses and crime victims and people who commit crimes together is a way to solve all of this. So we're pretty excited about that. But let me just say this to the county executive. This is an economic development program. I don't care how you slice it, but this is going to be for economic development. If we can provide jobs for folks that have committed crimes, pay back the victims, and maybe give people skills and an opportunity to work, we're happy to be a partner in this. So we're glad to be a part of this, and congratulations for creating a great economic development program, guys. Thank you.
Fantastic. I will take questions in a minute, but Anthony summed it up right. I mean, this is great. I'm happy to stand here with all these partners, from U Albany to Siena College, St. Rose, Central Avenue bid, and the Capital City Rescue Mission, and especially Judge Walsh here to my right and Tom Purcell to my left and the attorneys behind us, because you know what? It's about working together. But this is about giving kids an opportunity that instead of let's take a negative and turn it into a positive. And we can do that. And then, you know what? If we effectively change 2-3 kids, that's great. It's well worth it. And I hope this will be the model for the whole state of New York. And I'm happy that we're launching it here in Albany County to say, we're going to try to teach the kids the right way and relieve the parents and create economic development, which I do like, to give them a skill to, have money in their pocket. Think about it. If they have some money in their pocket, they might not want to break that window or steal that candy bar or steal that soda can, whatever it may be. But does anyone have any questions at this point for anybody up here?
When is this going to be implemented?
January 1. January 1.
Did you see this program done in any other cities, or is that something you guys thought of?
It was modeled after other states. It's not been done here in New York State, so this will be the first. But we're looking, and that's why we're partnering with all these great people to my right, to really make it work and to have the support of the community, because you need the support of the community as well as the judges behind this.
how many kids are gonna be, I guess, how many kids maybe in a year go through these systems?
Yeah, Tom, that's,
I think at least for the first year, we hope to get a couple dozen through the program.
What kind of jobs will they be working at, and how much money will they get to keep?
Tom can answer that too, because you guys are.
Well, I think we're, partnering with the Business Improvement District. We partner certainly with not-for-profits. Some will be in the public sector. These will be, for lack of a better word, very entry-level jobs. I think, from the government's perspective, I certainly can answer cleaning graffiti and stop signs from public buildings, and with our partners at the Mission and partners in Business District, that's the type of work they're going to do. And with respect to how much they keep, I think we have a ratio right now about 80-20, and we're going to see if that is a sufficient incentive to keep them working and to appreciate the value of the dollar.
How will you factor in taxes to that?
In with the state tax?
State tax, federal tax?
Sure. Most of them are going to be tax exempt because of their age and because generally, my guess is their income level is going to make them exempt from most federal and state taxes.
So let's say a kid books from this program and takes off. What happens then?
Judge Walsh probably can tell you that better
Yes.
than me.
Sure.
Thank you.
What's likely to happen is that the probation department will file a petition telling us what happened. That is that the kid has taken off from the program, is not compliant with the program. If the kid has really taken off, as you say, and has disappeared, we could issue a warrant for the child's arrest. More likely, the child has just stopped going to work, in which case we'll just summon the child into court and talk about what's happened and explain to him the consequences of not abiding by the program.
Anyone else?
Is there an average for how much it costs to fix a spray paint?
How much to start the program?
No, to fix, like what it generally costs to fix when somebody vandalizes a spray paint?
Yeah, I think our average is about.
Anthony knows? He knows. Anthony, what is it?
Go ahead, please.
No, just from what I think our stats show, we're about $400 on average restitution orders, and there's a state cap at $1,500 for restitution.
And this isn't costing taxpayers anything extra, is this being done through a grant, or?
We did apply for a grant. Unfortunately, we did not get the grant. So we will be using some taxpayers' money to do this, but you got to look at the end result. You have to think outside the box and be visionary. And this is a visionary program where, I can sit here and give you a statistic of, hey, this is going to save X, Y, Z, but we have to try something different for the youth of this county, and I fully support it.
What is the annual budget for it?
I believe right now to get it started, it's going to be roughly $10,000. $10,000 well spent.
And is it a pilot program, or do you think this would be a permanent addition?
I hope this is going to be a permanent program where other counties in the state of New York are going to look at us and saying, hey, look, this worked. Let's follow Albany County in the lead on this. Anyone else? Thank you for coming.